All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, after 6 weeks of the 2021 National Football League season, the Arizona Cardinals are the only undefeated team left in the league. Now, the Cardinals have dominating road wins under their belt this season over the Tennessee Titans, Los Angeles Rams, and now the Cleveland Browns. Now, Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray came into action today, completing more than 75% of his passes on the year. And today he was 20 of 30 for 229 with four TDs and most importantly, zero picks. This Cardinals defense, they really know how to get after opponents. And I mean, you're talking about some solid pass rushers. We're talking about J.J. Watt, of course, a future Hall of Famer, Chandler Jones, and their first round pick from a couple of years ago, Isaiah Simmons, is a guy. He's a freak because you can just line him up in so many different spots, and he knows how to get to the quarterback, but he can also cover. And then Marcus Golden as well, who had two sacks today for this Cardinals defense. They really know how to go out there and put pressure on the opposing quarterback. And if your quarterback is consistently under pressure, and Baker Mayfield found that out today firsthand, it really limits your opportunities to win. And that's just the defense. We think about this team with Cliff Kingsbury as their coach, and you think about the offense, and of course they do have the offense, but they're bringing it on D. And speaking of that offense, we know about Duke Hopkins and what he can do. Now, AJ Green, the former Cincinnati Bengal at wide receiver, has found the fountain of youth. And I say that because he's finally out of Cincinnati. And, he hasn't played really for the last couple of years. And now, this guy has something to prove that he can, a lot of people forgot about his big time playmaking ability. And now he's getting it done. And then you factor in Christian Kirk as a good third option in the passing game for Kyler Murray, who's so elusive, runs around in that pocket. This team can run the football as well, with the former Steeler back there at Connor carrying a ball. So this Cardinals team, they're taking care of business. And today was big for them because they didn't have their coach on the sidelines. He was out due to the COVID protocol. But nonetheless, this team went into a hostile environment in the dog pound and won. And you look at this Cardinals team, and you have to ask yourself how far that they can go. And first things first, they got to keep Kyler Murray healthy because we remember last year when Murray got injured, the play of this team took a nosedive. So that's the main thing. You've got to keep that guy healthy as he predicates everything that this team can do. But you look at the Cardinals' upcoming schedule, they're home for the Houston Texans this Sunday, which is a very winnable game. 2 weeks from now, they host the Green Bay Packers on Thursday Night Football, which is going to be very interesting. They're at San Fran in week 9. But the games that a lot of people are looking at is week number 14 when the Cards host the Rams on Monday Night Football. And of course, the Cardinals went to LA and beat the Rams. And that's the Rams' lone loss this season, hence why the Rams are in second place in the NFC West. And then week 17, the Cardinals are in Dallas. And a lot of people, especially the way that the Cowboys are playing right now, a lot of people feel that the Cowboys have what it takes to get out of the NFC this year. So, nonetheless, you look at the Cards, they have really put themselves in a good position, a strong position. Granted, 6 weeks of football does not mean that you're going to win the Super Bowl. Don't get me wrong, but I like the Cardinals' chances to be one of the better teams in the NFC this year. You think about it, they run the ball, they pass the ball, they have an elusive quarterback who is very tough to bring down. And then on top of that, they have guys who can rush the passer, multiple players. And that's the thing, because when you have two, three, or four guys that can go out there and rush the passer, it gives your defense the ability to keep fresh pass rushers on the field. And then on top of that, you can come at opponents in waves. So you got to like what you're seeing from the Cardinals so far. A lot of resiliency, which you're showing today. And honestly, it's been resiliency throughout the entire year because wins in the NFL are not easy. Road wins are even harder. And then on top of that, going into places, other people's backyards and dominating, which is what the Cardinals have done all season long because this team is for real. And of course, their fan base thinks only the good things have just begun as the future looks bright for this team as far as what they can do come December, January, and potentially February. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take the time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out, drop a line, and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.